Hey there, it's Kyra from Herbal Moon Goddess, and today I'm back with part 2 of this manifesting journey with the moon. Today we are going to be talking all about taking action with the waxing moon energy. And this is like really, I don't know, I think it's because I was born under the waxing moon, like just after the first quarter moon. For me, this is where I really like to make my magic. This is the part that excites me the most. So with the waxing moon energy, really the theme is action, taking action. If you're just tuning into today's episode and you totally missed the first part of this series, talking all about using the new moon energy, harnessing that energy to set your intentions and your goals, I highly suggest you go back to part 1 and start this journey. Because there was so much valuable information for you there to set your intentions, set your goals. You need to be able to set those goals and intentions first before you start taking action. So if you're jumping ahead, go back to step 1, okay? It's essential. So today, we're talking all about that waxing moon energy, okay? So the waxing moon is when the moon, you start to see it in the sky, okay? And generally that waxing moon, like you're going to start seeing it get bigger and bigger and bigger until it hits the full moon. And surely you know what the full moon is, when the moon's big and beautiful and bright. So the waxing moon is pretty much those 2 weeks between the new moon and the full moon. We can break that down further into the waxing crescent moon, which is about a week after the new moon. Then the moon will go into the first quarter phase. And that's when, it's just like a half circle up in the sky. And then we've got the waxing gibbous moon, which is the second week of the moon cycle between that first quarter moon leading up to the full moon. But generally speaking, this whole 2 weeks, it's just about taking action. So you've set your intentions, you've set your goals under that new moon energy. So I kind of touched on, this is now that it's the waxing moon energy, now is how you kind of figure out what you need to do and then do it. In last week's episode, I did kind of share that with you. So now we're going to go a bit deeper into that. So to start off with, during that waxing crescent phase, just after that new moon, this is when naturally we're still feeling quite inspired and we're planning ahead. So this is really the time of the moon cycle where you get out your journal, you get out your diary, your calendar, whatever it is, and you start to work out, I guess, like what you need to do, when it needs to be done by, how you're going to do it. So you have that goal, that intention, whatever it is that you're working towards, and you start to figure out how you're going to do it. Now, I'm a big believer that, you don't need to worry about the how, because the universe will show up and kind of, give you the next step when you're ready anyway. So, often during this waxing crescent phase will be like, you may not have any idea of how you're going to achieve your intentions or your goals when you first set them. But then as that moon starts to get a bit bigger in the sky, you start to kind of unravel a bit more of how it's going to work out. The universe might present you with opportunities and, things start to come into motion. If you're kind of at this stage and you're like, okay, I have this huge goal, I have no idea how I'm going to do it, just be open to that next step that the universe is giving you, okay? Like sometimes you'll get this instinct, you'll just get this inspiration, or just this kind of intuitive knowing that the universe is kind of pushing you to do something. Like you might just get this urge like, oh my God, I've got to do this today, like, or I've got to go see this person, or I've got to call up and talk to someone about this. Like you just kind of get this feeling like, okay, you know you're on the path of wherever the universe is pushing you. You just kind of get this push and the universe is like, hey, do this. It's going to get you closer to your goal. So stay open to whatever that next step is for you. And if, you sitting there and you still don't know what to do, meditation can really help, because meditation just clears the mind, and then you've just got this clear slate for the universe to kind of send through that wisdom that you need to know. So be open to that inspiration, whatever comes up for you, okay? Because the universe will work with you to manifest your intentions and goals, okay? You just have to be open to the universe working with you. So be open to whatever the universe is pushing you towards. So yeah, during that first week after the new moon, during that waxing crescent phase, it's all about planning ahead. You're probably not ready to take action yet because you're still figuring out the how. Or you might, start doing little bits and pieces, start doing the groundwork, building things behind the scenes, doing whatever you need to do, but you're not really picking up the pace yet. All that changes at the first quarter moon. The first quarter moon is like, take action now. That first quarter moon is just like a big push from the universe. And it's like, okay, now you've got to do all this stuff to make your dreams come true. And, life gets a bit busier during that first quarter to full moon sort of phase. Like that week is generally a high energy week where we're filled with motivation, and naturally we tend to, be working longer hours, and we're just feeling more motivated to just get our stuff done. So go with that. Like, if you're really stuck doing something, then just keep going with it. Even if you're up working till like 2 a.m., like just know that, it's okay. If you're on a roll, go with it, because that's what the universe is trying to get you to do. So take action. Take that inspired action during that first quarter phase. During the waxing gibbous moon, during that last week before the full moon, that's when we've got that high energy. So we're going to find it a bit, maybe not easier, but you're going to have more energy to push yourself towards overcoming challenges, like whatever's kind of standing between you and your goal. You're like, okay, I can do this. So during that waxing gibbous phase, if you're like kind of really struggling and there's just so much resistance and you just feel like there's so many blocks and stuff in the way, then this is the time when you really pick up your energy and you really push through. Because if you sit back and you're like, actually, this is too scary, this is too hard, I don't really think I want this anymore, then are your goals going to manifest if you sit back and do nothing? Chances are probably not. Okay, the thing with moon manifesting is that you can't just set that goal, set that intention, and sit back and wait for it to magically manifest. Okay, you've got to do the work. So during that waxing gibbous phase is when we really, really push ourselves. Push, because it's only that week and you're naturally working with that energy, that heightened energy of the moon anyway. So the universe is working with you to help you find that energy, to push through, to find that motivation, to do that scary stuff, and to actually make stuff happen, to actually work your magic and bring those goals into life. So yeah, during that waxing phase, whether it's, that first quarter moon or the waxing gibbous, it's all around taking action. So this is when you really need to be taking that aligned action towards your goals. Don't get sidetracked and start procrastinating and, just fill yourself with busy work. look at your to-do list and it's like, okay, is there actually anything on here that's in alignment with the goals I'm working towards this moon cycle? Is there anything on my to-do list today that's in alignment with those intentions that I set at the new moon? And if there's not, add something, okay? Because this is how you make that magic happen. This is how you manifest with the moon, by taking that aligned action. So I will catch you next week for part 3 of this 4-part series of manifesting with the moon cycle. And I'm so excited to be sharing with you the magic of the full moon in this next episode. I'll chat to you then. Bye for now. So if you'd like to know more about moon manifesting and working with the moon cycle, make sure you check out the Moonology course, now available in the Herbal Moon Goddess Academy, where you'll discover how to work with all of the moon phases. I go through 9 distinct moon phases in this course, plus what the moon means for you as we move through those 12 zodiac signs and so much more. You'll discover the sign and phase that you were born under, the moon sign and the moon phase, and what that means for you. There is so much magic to be discovered with the moon, and it can really change your life. So if this is calling you, check that out. The link is in the show notes, the Moonology course in the Herbal Moon Goddess Academy. I can't wait to see you there and guide you through harnessing the amazing magic of the moon cycle.